Okay, so the first perk of becoming a Pinnacle, for Pinnacles, is priority boarding. So we have priority boarding for Pinnacle and suite guests. And so that's what we're doing right here. There's essentially no wait and a special line. And once you get in the terminal, there's a separate line for the security and then for check-in. So I'll show you that. So when you walk in the terminal, I'm Pinnacle. Okay. So we go in this line right here. So when you enter the terminal, then you go to the left and you see a separate line for the key, suites, Pinnacles, and Star Class. So I will be checking in under the Pinnacle. But anyway, those are the priority check-in. All right, so I did my check-in, and this is the area for suites and Pinnacle guests for waiting, but they are already boarding, so I don't need to wait in here. But they do have coffee, snacks, cookies, things like that over there, some restrooms, and this is the private waiting area for suites and Pinnacle guests. And once they open boarding, and pay no attention to the screaming kid, these are the first guests to board. Wonder of the Seas, interestingly, they said they try to board by 10 o'clock. So it is 10:50 and they're already boarding. So I'm gonna go board the ship and I'm gonna go and drop in my luggage. I'm gonna go right over to the Windjammer to check it out. Since it's early, it opens at 11. I will check it out, and I'm doing some investigation on the Windjammer. So I will be back with more Pinnacle guest perks when I'm on board. So our next onboard perk, being a Pinnacle Club guest, is you get access to the Suites Lounge and Coastal Kitchen. Capacity determining the access. Typically on Wonder of the Seas, if they have more than about 75 Pinnacles, they limit the access. But this voyage, supposedly, we have unrestricted access. So on Wonder of the Seas, it is on deck 17. So let's show you the Suites Lounge and Coastal Kitchen. So to get to the Coastal Kitchen, you have to make your way on deck 17 through the entrance, which I just showed you, and then a left, and you go by all these staterooms. These are owner's suites mostly. And I'll show you a little bit of the Coastal Kitchen. The menu, lunch menu, dinner menu changes every day. And it's a nice looking menu. Slow braised short rib, yum. Scallops, desserts, and they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So over to the left is the Coastal Kitchen. Over to the right is the Suites Lounge, and people are hanging out here, and they have coffee machine and light little snacks, some cookies. You have a concierge over there. And so that is the Suites Lounge portion. Then you have the Coastal Kitchen portion. Over here, you have to check in with the host. They have a bar here in the center, but there is Coastal Kitchen. And you have views of the sports court, flow rider, and a little miniature golf. So that is Suite Lounge and Coastal Kitchen. So while I'm sitting here in the Suites Lounge, just kind of relaxing, wanted to go over some of the other onboard benefits that you can enjoy as a Pinnacle Club member. First, a little bit of background. What is a Pinnacle Club member? And what is the Royal Caribbean Crown and Anchor Society? Well, Crown and Anchor Society is the Royal Caribbean's loyalty program, and they have different levels, and Pinnacle Club is the highest level. And you get 1 point per night for every night of cruise that you sailed. If you are in a suite, you get 2 points per night. If you're solo in a regular cabin, you get 2 points per night. And if you're solo in a suite, you get 3 points per night. So what does it take to get to Pinnacle? 700 points. So on average, it's about 100 cruises on Royal Caribbean. Some people make it faster because they do a lot of suites or maybe all solo sailings. It took me about 100 cruises, and I have actually been on about 200 cruises at this point. Now, how many Pinnacle Club members are there in the world? It's the best kept secret. No one really knows. but the best guesstimates are anywhere from 15 to 18,000 guests are Pinnacle Club members. So there's a lot of them, but it's still a small percentage because there's 14 million Crown and Anchor members. That means everyone who's ever sailed a Royal Caribbean cruise is a Crown and Anchor member. You begin at Gold and then move up to Platinum, Emerald, Diamond, Diamond Plus, and then Pinnacle. I'm not going to go over all the different levels, but I think Platinum, I think you need like 30 points. But so that is the breakdown of the Crown and Anchor Society and Loyalty Program. And what do you get on board? Okay, so Pinnacle Club members get 6 free drinks every day on board, loaded onto your vouchers, valued at up to $14 per drink. It was 13, some ships were 14, but it's basically every drink that you really want. If you have a special drink that's more, then you just pay the difference. So a lot of times in the Bamboo Room on Mariner of the Seas, it's $1 more for the specialty drinks. So you get 6 free drinks per day. The Diamond Plus get 5, Diamond get 4. Okay, so like I said, you get access to the Suites Lounge, but in the Suites Lounge, you do get drinks, but you have to use your vouchers for the drinks. You don't get unlimited drinks in addition to your vouchers here. Now, if you are a suite guest, then, and a Pinnacle member, you just get the free drinks here. They don't need to scan your card. That's part of the benefits of being a suite guest. So let's see, free drinks per day. You get free internet, 1 free device, Voom, Starlink, internet, 1 free device per person. So that's a pretty good perk. I like that. You get priority seating in the shows. On the shows, on class of ships such as Oasis and Quantum, you need to make reservations. But Pinnacle Club can walk up and show their gold card. You get a gold card for onboard recognition and a badge, and that just gets you the access to the Suites Lounge where they're card controlled. But if you go to the shows, you don't need a reservation. You do need reservation for the one show that you do is the Comedy Club, because it's a very small venue. But other than that, the shows, you don't really have to make reservations. It's recommended you do, but if you just don't know and you just show up, they're not going to turn you away. And once you're in the shows, there's a special section for seating for Pinnacle, Suite and Pinnacle Club guests. And on the ships with the Royal class, the Royal Suite class, such as Sea, Sky, and Star class. Star class has the Genie, the Royal Genie, and they get special amenities more than Pinnacle because they're paying a lot of money for these. So that is the onboard benefits. You do get 25% discount at the Royal Caribbean logo store. You also get, on the sailings of 7 nights and longer, invitation to a Cheers with an Officer lunch. So normally it's for Pinnacle Club members. Sometimes they group together. Anyone over 340 points gets also an officer lunch, and they do a Cheers with Officer, and often it's a separate lunch. Diamond Plus get theirs, and then the Pinnacle will get theirs. Sometimes they group them all together, but you get that. And let's see. Every once in a while, you get some special invitations. You get some special treats in your room, little canopies and things like that. And you do get your welcome board drinks, but those are based on your point levels in the Crown and Anchor Society, so up to 550 points. At that level, you get 3 selections, and they could be ranging from tote bags, towels, to canopies, to wine, champagne, different varieties, so those are pretty good. Getting off the ship, you have priority disembarking. So you get the red luggage tag, says Suites and Pinnacles, and you get priority disembarking. And if you're self-assist, you can still get priority because you can get walked off. You can basically show up or meet with the concierge, and they will put you in a separate area and make sure you're among the first guests to leave the ship. So that is the priority disembarking for Pinnacle Club members. So overall, I would say Royal Caribbean has the best loyalty program in the cruise industry. And every week, dozens and dozens of new Pinnacles are joining the ranks. So There are capacity restrictions on access to the Suites Lounge and Coastal Kitchen, as I mentioned. On some of the smaller ships, like the Voyager class, such as Mariner of the Seas, Adventure, usually about 50 Pinnacle, they cut off access to the Suites Lounge. And for the Oasis class, I think it's about 75 for the Suites Lounge. And there's still also maybe some limitations on Coastal Kitchen. It is going to be on space available. You're not guaranteed access to the Coastal Kitchen every night, so it's good to get on board and make some reservations when you get on board. And hopefully they can accommodate all the Pinnacles. But if it's over 75 Pinnacles, it's almost like you have to come back on a day-to-day basis to see what's available. Now, here's a tip. Usually the first night on every cruise, that's the most crowded you'll see in the Suites Lounge and Coastal Kitchen. It kind of drops off after that. So the first night, they do have the filet mignon here. I'm not going to eat tonight because I have a flow rider session and then I have an ice show and it's going to interfere with dinner. So I don't know if I'm going to eat dinner at all. I may grab some pizza for a snack right now, not fight the crowded windjammer, and just probably not eat dinner tonight. And it's not my favorite menu in the dining room. The windjammer is going to be Coastal Kitchen. I just won't have time for. So, but I have reservations for tomorrow night at Coastal Kitchen. Tomorrow night they have their grilled ribeye steak, so that's pretty good. They always have the grilled Atlantic salmon, so I love that. So that is a summary of your Pinnacle Club member perks on board, prior to boarding, disembarking. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. Hopefully you liked this video and found it appealing, and please give it a thumbs up. And stay tuned for more videos on my channel coming from another Royal Caribbean cruise ship near you. Hey, here on deck 18 on Wonder of the Seas, it is the Suites Sun Deck. There's two ways to access it, both corridors, port and starboard. I'm on the starboard side, and this is your little plunge pool area. Lots of towels, and there's two levels. One has the loungers that are in the water, and then you have this little infinity pool. So check that out. A shower, a view of the sports court, as you can see, and lots of loungers in the shade. They got a bar right there. Oh, it's a nice place to hang out and relax. This is on deck 18 on Wonder of the Seas. I'm gonna have to hit up that flow rider. There's no one there. But this is the Suites Sun Deck. All right, there you go. And the view. There you go. Deck 18. So this is the reserved seating for the ice show. It's down here on the far corner. So there you go. Sometimes you get recognized as a top cruiser, so that's one of the other things, but no big deal. Okay, so one final benefit of Pinnacle, besides the other benefits I mentioned on board, well, you get the name badge. And I don't usually wear it, like, except for like at the top tier party or the luncheon with the officer, so because it has your name on it, so people know your name. Of course, you get the gold card. Sometimes this helps you when there's a long line for my time dining and you wear this, and sometimes they will see it and they will kind of pull you aside and help you out. So sometimes it's kind of necessary. But the final benefit that I left out for Pinnacle is the Crown and Anchor discount for balcony and suites. So compared to the Diamond Plus discount, the Pinnacle discount is $25 more. So I'm not going to go through the rundown, but so say for example on a 7-night cruise, the Crown and Anchor balcony discount for a Diamond Plus is $275, which I think it is. For Pinnacle, it's $300, so you get $25 extra. Don't quote me on that exact value, but it is $25 more than the Diamond Plus discount. So I thought it would be more than that, but anyway. So that is it, and then, you know, when you get a balcony or a suite, you get an extra $25 off what you get as a Diamond Plus. So it's actually pretty good. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it helped you. And above all, just enjoy cruising for the sake of cruising. If you reach a level, you get there when you get there, but enjoy the ride. And I guess one final thing, if you book a suite, like a grand suite or above, you pretty much have instant Pinnacle benefits. In some cases more, because you get guaranteed access to the suites lounge and coastal kitchen if there's too many Pinnacles. So there is a way to do it without 100 cruises, which it normally takes the average person for Pinnacle. So once again, thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one coming from another Royal Caribbean cruise ship near you. Well, bonus coverage of the onboard perks for being a Pinnacle Club member. One more thing, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. As I'm strolling here in Central Park, Pinnacle Club members get to eat breakfast in Chops Grill. Chops Grill serves breakfast on ships without a coastal kitchen. Then suite guests and Pinnacle Club members go to Chops Grill. On ships with a coastal kitchen, suite guests go to Coastal Kitchen for breakfast. Pinnacle Club members go to Chops. And here it is on deck 8 on Wonder of the Seas. So that is one of the other onboard perks. And Chops Grill breakfast, good stuff. So I think now I covered it all. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Okay, so let me summarize the Pinnacle benefits on board. Well, actually, I'm not going to summarize them because you've already seen them.